Today, I'm gonna show you how to make the softest, fluffiest biscuits that you ever. And I'm hungry and craving biscuits, so let's get started. I'm gonna go get the butter. The most important thing when making biscuits is to make sure your ingredients are really cold. Start by dicing a stick of butter and put it back into the fridge until you need it. You'll need 8 tablespoons of cold, unsalted butter. Also, make sure to preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to ensure your oven is fully preheated for your biscuits to have the best rise in the oven. Once the butter is diced up, get it back in the fridge. You'll also see I already have my half and half measured out and chilling in the refrigerator. Now in a large mixing bowl, we're gonna combine the dry ingredients. You'll need some all-purpose flour, baking powder, and it may seem like a lot of baking powder, just trust me on this, and make sure it's aluminum-free baking powder. Also add sugar and salt and whisk it all up. Once that's well combined, we're gonna get the butter from the refrigerator. Add all of the diced butter at once and lightly stir to coat the butter in flour. Use a pastry blender to cut the butter into the flour. A pastry blender is an inexpensive but really useful tool for baking. I will leave a link to my favorite one in the notes. If you don't have a pastry blender, you can also put this mixture into a food processor and pulse until you see rough crumbs form. Once you see pea-sized butter crumbs in the mixture, it's ready. Now pour in all of your cold half and half all at once and stir just until the mixture comes together and looks moistened. Do not overmix. You should have a shaggy and rough looking dough. Transfer that to a clean work surface dusted with flour. If your dough feels too sticky to handle, dust the top with a little more flour. Now shape it into a rectangle. Fold the dough in half and shape it into another rectangle. Fold it in half once more, and layering it this way creates the softest, tallest, and fluffiest biscuits you'll try. I like to dust my surface with a little more flour now to make sure my biscuits don't stick when I cut through the dough, and shape your dough into another rectangle. Your dough should be about a 5 by 10 inch rectangle with a 3/4 inch thickness. Using a 2.5 inch round cutter, we're gonna cut out 8 biscuits. To keep the cutter from sticking to the dough, I find it helps to dip it in flour first, then cut it through the dough. Here's another very important tip for biscuits. When you're cutting through the dough, make sure you cut straight down without any kind of turning or sawing motion. This will preserve those beautiful flaky layers that you work to make and will ensure the best rise for your biscuits. Dip your cutter into flour between each cut and continue until you have 8 biscuits. Cut the biscuits as close together as you can. Some of them will probably even share a border, and just continue until you're done. To save the scraps, and because I like to get as many biscuits out of this as possible, pull those scraps together and form a small rectangle. Now you can cut an extra 2 biscuits using pretty much all of the dough. And trust me, no one will complain that those last 2 biscuits are a little bit ugly because they sure are delicious. Transfer your prepared biscuits onto a parchment-lined baking sheet, keeping them at least an inch apart. You want to give them some space to rise and expand. And if you're not ready to bake quite yet, or if you're prepping ahead and want fresh hot biscuits the next morning, you can cover and refrigerate these until you're ready to bake them off. Our oven is fully preheated, so we're going to bake these in the center of the oven for about 12 to 13 minutes, or until the tops are golden and the biscuits are baked through. As soon as the biscuits come out of the oven and while they're still hot, brush them with some melted butter. The butter adds a little extra richness and flavor and makes the tops look prettier. All right, generously get a good coating on those, and seriously, like, how tall and fluffy are these? They're amazing biscuits. Even the ugly ones, the like scraggly looking ones that we threw together here, they're still so delicious. Oh my goodness, and there never is any biscuits left behind. Cute or not, these taste so good, especially when they're warm and fresh from the oven. Oh, yummy. And there are so many ways to serve biscuits. Everything from serving them with gravy for the holidays. It makes a really special breakfast when you have them with sausage gravy and biscuits. And then also you can do them for dessert if you wanted to make them little mini strawberry shortcakes, which we have a really good recipe for those. Or if you just want to enjoy them with your coffee for breakfast with either jam or honey or just some butter. I mean, there there are literally like 100 ways to serve biscuits. Oh, you can even make them into sliders because when you separate them, they actually kind of really easily come apart into like a little sandwich bun. It's awesome. And I'm totally craving biscuits. My house smells like biscuits now. I gotta get me some biscuits, so I'm gonna jump right into this taste test. First, I wanna show you what's inside. You guys have to see the texture on these. They are amazing. Check this out. Oh, they're still warm. They're still a little steamy. Look at that texture. Oh, and they are moist too. These are such a treat. And seriously, like the easiest rolls you'll ever make. You can use these instead of dinner rolls. They are so special. All right, how am I gonna serve these? Options. I think butter and honey. I think that's like a really tasty, really classic combination. Just get a little slather of butter onto my warm biscuit. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's melting a little bit. Yummy. And some honey. And this honey is straight from my sister-in-law's bees. It's so lovely. I love honey. It's like one of my favorite things, food things in life is honey. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Does it get any better than this? Nope. Does it get any fresher? Nope. Homemade warm biscuits. You don't even have to wait for the holidays because literally they are so easy to make. Okay, I'm diving right into this. The best biscuits I ever. My daughter says that. That's where I picked that up. That means they're really good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The other thing that I love about homemade biscuits is you can make them ahead if you're not ready to bake them or you want fresh biscuits in the morning. Just cover them up, pop them in the fridge, and bake them off the next morning. Just as easy as can be. All right, let me know in the comments how you guys love to serve your biscuits. What's your go-to combination? And we have tons and tons of amazing recipes in our new cookbook. If you haven't already pre-ordered, make sure you do. I'll leave a link to this in the comments. And I spent a lot of time on this, like a year of my life. It really is just like some of my best work. I think you guys are gonna totally enjoy it. Thank you so much if you've already ordered it. Let me know if you have any recipe requests in the comments. Let me know where you spotted Sharky. And I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of this biscuit and maybe a few more. We'll see you on the next episode of Natashas Kitchen. Honey, biscuits!